2023 had a lot of ups, had a lot of downs, I had a lot of in between. Let's talk about it. What's going on, good guys? Chris Newton here, Chris Newton Real Estate, ChrisNewtonRealEstate.com. Like, comment, subscribe, tell a friend, tell a friend. I really want to give you guys as much as an in-depth review of my 2023 as possible. It definitely was a crazy year. It definitely was a crazy year. And I know a lot of people can empathize. I know a lot of people can relate to a lot of people like my comment because I'm relatable, right? I'm not scared to pull the blinds back and pull the sheets back. I tell you guys exactly what it is. And I appreciate you guys for even being here, for listening. And let's talk about it. So in 2023, all right, so we got to start up in 2022. In 2022, I made some money and I blew a lot of the money, most definitely. I did not take good care economically as I should have. So I made a lot of bad decisions. I believe I spoke about it on this platform before. I made a lot of bad and irresponsible decisions that I've learned from, and I've made quite the adjustments. Not perfect. However, I did make a lot of mistakes in 2022 that rolled over into 2023. So in 2023, I'm gonna get back. I'm like, oh man, I don't have as much of the funds as I would like, and there's a lot of personal going on. I can't get into that here. There's a lot of personal stuff that was going on, and that also played a part in distracting me. And retail therapy is a thing for me. Reason why I gained a lot of my weight is because I just was also eating a lot of my feelings, right? So eating a lot of my stress, and that made me just blow up. And it's I know it's bad, it's counterintuitive, it's just really what it is, right? It's just let me move this out the way. Yeah, get out of here. It's just really, what it is. If you can relate, great. If you can't, great as well. So I say, it's time to get back on the horse and do exactly what I need to do as far as real estate is concerned. So I start prospecting crazy. I'm in the office all the time. Well, I'm typically in the office a lot regardless, but I was in the office a lot. And I'm prospecting. I'm reaching out to people. I'm reaching out to sellers. I'm reaching out to buyers, and just really ramping up what I need to do to now get the money to start coming in. I have a meeting with my manager, and tell her what's going on with me, and not financially, a little bit. Like I didn't say, oh my God, I'm broke. No. She did ask, what was going on. I haven't seen you in the office lately. And, I told her what's going on. And I said, I'm going to be in the office a lot more now because I'm going to get back. I spent a lot of money and I want to get back. So I get listing after listing after listing. So activity-wise, as a solo agent I really want to say this is listings, sales, accepted offers, contracts, around 15 million. It's a solo agent. Did I say solo artist before? Whatever. It's a solo agent. 15 million in activity. So I probably had the most listings in 2023 in my entire career, especially as a solo agent. Now remember, I also had a team, my own team, back in the days when I was with my other brokerage, and I didn't have this many listings back then. Now, did all of my inventory move? Did all of my activity close the way I would like it to close? No. I say all the time, I am the agent that gets the craziest deals, and I really have to like brainstorm on how to get these deals done and how to get the deals closed. And that's also another thing about being a solo agent. You don't really have the support to bounce ideas off of everyone. I'll get into why I'm a solo agent in another video. It is frustrating at times, especially when you're busting your brain and you doing everything you can to get these deals closed, and the deal falls through or the contract falls through, or I worked with a lot of buyers this year, and I want to say 97 to 98% of my offers get accepted. Yes. I make sure them offers are clean. I make sure everything is great. Do the deals always go through? No. Is it my fault? No. One of my offers, we were actually going into contract, and we couldn't go into contract because the bank, a very big commercial bank, dropped the ball. They pre-approved my clients, but didn't run the credit, which was crazy to me. Now, when I get pre-approvals, right? I call the bank and I do my due diligence. I ask the questions I'm supposed to ask, and yeah, everything is fine. So now, right before you go into contract, on the buy side, you have to call up the loan officer and say, listen, me and Mr. and Mrs. Seller is going through, we haven't accepted offer at 123 Fake Street. We're going into contract, accepted offer, we've done the inspection, or we're moving to do inspection, so on and so forth. Great. They're going to go through all of that paperwork and their underwriting, which should have been done initially, but they're going to do it again just to make sure they never ran credit. This is a big bank. Why would you not run credit? So we have an accepted offer, beautiful terms. Everything is just great. When they finally run credit, the buyers opened up credit cards after the pre-approval was approved. They opened up maybe 1 or 2 credit cards. We all know that's a no-no. You don't do that, especially if you're going to run up the credit. But that wasn't even the biggest problem. The biggest problem was somebody co-signed for somebody who they co-signed for didn't take care of what they were supposed to take care of, which affected them very badly. Oh, that pissed me off. So that's just one of the many crazy stories I have in 2023. Now, I have I think I said a few of my seller stories already. I have a lot of crazy seller stories, a lot of crazy buyer stories, rental stories. It was just insane. I'm grateful for the business that I did complete. I do have inventory and activity rolling into 2024, which is great because I had nothing rolling into 2023. So going into 2024, way more confident than I was going into 2023. I have a few extra dollars, and honestly, I also kind of made the same mistake, but didn't, right? I'm a little bit more financially comfortable than I was. I made money this year. I took care of a lot of things that I needed to take care of. And I took care of like 95% of what I needed to take care of, which is great. And, I kind of did my own thing here and there, whatever. But, I still made some mistakes that I shouldn't have repeated. Progress is a process. In 2024, if I stay on the same trajectory I was, I'm just talking mentally about my finances, and just make the same percentage less of mistakes that I did going into next year, I feel like I should be fine. Now, one of the biggest things that I did in 2023 let's talk about the goals, because we talked about my failures, right? We talked about my failures. I didn't sell a lot of the inventory, a lot of the activity. Was it on my part? No, but I will take accountability for what I could take accountability for, which isn't much. However, a lot of that business that I did not complete in 2023 is coming with me into 2024. Why? Because I was doing a good job. Okay, so whatever money I didn't make in 2023, I'm going to make in 2024 plus more, plus newer business, plus the referrals that I'm getting. So that's amazing, right? So I'm super grateful for that. The goals that I accomplished in 2023 were tremendous. So every year I have like a word, a theme for the year. And last year was expansion, like growth, right? So I had some big goals. So now when I made the money, boom, and I took care of the bills and all of the stuff I had to take care of, make sure my credit was straight. And now I got something left over. Let me take care of what I want to take care of academically. I said I'm going to pass my broker's exam. As soon as I was able to accumulate the points, as soon as I was able to qualify and so on and so forth, I'm taking that test. So I took the class, right? And I spoke about this several times on this platform. I took the class, I passed the class, I took the test, I passed the test, flying colors, it was easy, boom. Passed my broker's exam. That was a big goal of mine since I started, because I don't like being stagnant. So I like, and the next goal, get licensed in Florida. I finally did that. Now, it was a struggle. I spoke about this on the channel as well. You guys can definitely go on the channel and see. I struggled so bad with that. I wasn't discouraged, but I was disappointed. And here's the thing with me, my ego, everything. Being that I passed my broker's exam in New York, I said, I'm going to pass this Florida exam, right? So all I had to do was get my certificate of licensure history from the Department of State and send it to Florida, right? I would have been good. I'd have been straight with that. And I would have got my Florida license. I didn't want to wait. So I just immediately went to getting that, to taking the test. So I passed the class test, and went straight to the state test because I was impatient. I just wanted to get everything done now. They said I wasn't gonna be able to get the certificate until like February, so I'm not waiting until February. I'm getting this done now, 2023. I failed that test. Then I said, most people are like, well, I'm gonna get my license anyway. No, I went back and took the test again. I failed again. Then I went back, I said, no, this is not gonna happen to me. Went back a third time and I passed, most definitely. So I got licensed in Florida. I got my broker's exam, and the third biggest goal of mine, right? So I have a cork board. My cork board, it states my biggest goals that I want to help me elevate to the next level. Living wise, transportation wise, economically, like everything. Like it just whatever I want. So I have my vision board, I have a dry erase board, and I have a cork board. Then I have a thing of goals on the side as well. So my goals and standards are all around me. So my cork board, I said I'm gonna put, index cards, and every time I accomplish something, I'll just take it down. I'll take it down. And when to get my an apartment, a car, put 10K in this account and do this and do that and do this and do that. So the third thing was therapy. I went to therapy back in 2021. I want to say a little bit after the pandemic. And, it wasn't for the right reasons, right? I was going through a breakup, and I didn't do it to get her back. I did do it to help me get over it, because it was the right and the wrong reasons. I said to myself that normally I would just out of one relationship, going to another relationship. I said, I'm not going to do that this time. So that was my thing of going to therapy, how to cope with this breakup, because I never got broken up with. I ain't me. Breaking up with me for what? That's crazy. So that's why I went to therapy. It lasted for maybe 5 to 6 months. And me and the therapist kind of didn't gel well. I didn't have the time to do it, and then me and her got back together, and it kind of distracted me from it, and with the goals that I have, I speak about goals a lot on this channel. With the goals that I have and the standards that I have, the legacy that I want to and I'm going to complete, I need to be clear-minded. I need not to make the silly mistakes that I've been making. I just need to like better myself as not only a person, but as a man, not just as a real estate agent, just as a man. I need to become a better person, to provide better, to be able to financially protect better. It's just so many things that I need to do that I'm not currently doing, or I can do a lot better. And therapy is one of the first steps for me to do that. I know that, I'm of the understanding of that, I'm accepting of it. So this is why I said therapy is going to be the biggest thing. Pause. So at the end of November-ish, because I've always like wrote it down in like my to-do list, right? And I just never did it. So I said, you know what? Let me call where I went before and go. And for somebody who needs therapy, if you guys ever thinking about it, you can't find, get your insurance card, look at the back, call the number, and they'll tell you all of the therapists that's around you that accepts your insurance. So whether it's Medicare, Medicaid, whatever kind of insurance you have, that'll definitely be the way to do so. And the end of the year is coming up, and I'm like, you know what? Let me take something else off my board. And I looked, and I said, I'm going to take this off my board, and I did it. I signed up. I did the intake. I did the thing with the psychologist to see if I needed drugs. I did what is it? Like you got to talk about like actual drugs. Like if you are on drugs with somebody else, a drug counselor, then you go back to your therapist, and then you got to do like another, I guess like an introduction. And then you do the therapy session after that. So before you actually start your therapy session with this clinic, it's 4 times that you got to be there. And I did that, and then I had my first session a couple